What's going to be different in 2025 for you in your business? Well, business is the key word, and I'm not kidding. If you're not running it like a business, you're going to struggle again in 2025. And there's good news because a lot of agents have left the industry, and I don't mean that good for them. I mean, what it did was it shifted out the ones that have the hustle, that are going to run it like a business, and are really going to be committed to having a better year and not just hanging on by their fingernails, which we can relate to, right? Because last year and the past couple of years, they've been rough. Running it like a business. Okay, let's start. Where do we start? Okay, business goals. Have you laid them out? I'm a big believer in vision boards. So I do a vision party every year, a vision board party, and I invite friends, I invite clients, I invite fellow agents, because the goal is to figure out what your goals are for the this coming year, right? And then capture the meaningful pictures, the meaningful words, the money amounts that you want to make, the vacations you want to travel, the times you want to spend with your family, church, whatever. That needs to be on your vision board. And mine's right above my head here on my wall. So I look at it every single day. When I walk in the office, I pay attention. I want to remind myself, what are my visions? And I think it's a good idea to have your goals by you too, so that you're looking at those on a regular basis. And how I did my goals this year, ChatGPT, man, I love it. So I went into ChatGPT and I said, ask me at least 25 questions about what I see my future as for 2025. And then once you get them done, I'll answer them right back. And that's how I did it. I read them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right through it, gave each number aligned with the answer all in one fell swoop, because if you don't, it could go on for days. So I did that. And I said, at the end, ask me any questions that you've got for me, which it did. It had a few more questions. So then I said, now I want this broken down. I want you to break it down into my daily, weekly, quarterly. I want accountability in here. I want to figure all this out so that I can do the daily tasks that I need to do to reach the numbers that I want to reach, right? So that's part of it. And within those daily goals, part of it for me was a better systems. How was I going to define my systems? Again, ChatGPT is a tool and a half, right? They need systems. I am disorganized. I don't do my time management right. Give me tools that I can go incorporate into my business, help me to draft them myself, whatever I need. ChatGPT is your friend, man. And there are so many things out there. Like I was just on a Zoom meeting and this gal is feverishly writing her notes. Well, there's Bubbles Note Taker. There's so many different note takers that you can have. It's an AI and it jumps into your Zoom meetings, or your different, even your meetups. And you can have it transcribe and give you what are your assigned duties. Mine was Bubbles Note Taker. And I just did it with a gal that was in Portugal. And I just brought her on to my organization and we were talking about what's going to be the next steps. What's your assignment to do? What's my assignment to do? How do we do this? Putting it in the daily tasks that have to be done. So I was also on a call with Turkey the other day, and I'm going to talk about global here in a minute, but we'll get back to that. So they're talking Turkish. Well, I don't speak Turkish, right? And they said, you can leave. I go, no, I'm not leaving. I want to be in the meeting, even though I can't understand. I would pick up little tidbits. But it dawned on me, unfortunately, a little late in the meeting, just turn on my chat GPT and have it as if it's talking into the microphone. So it did. And so I got this whole section of the meeting where I did it and I said, translate that into English for me, which it did. So now I knew what was going on, which I need to do because I'm a little bit of control freak. Anyway, so utilize tools that are out there and ChatGPT, pay for it. Pay the $20 because man, it keeps changing every single day. They just added a task feature. Oh my gosh, you can tell it to do tasks for you. Yeah. So watch for that to grow because that's in beta right now. This is January 2025 and that's in beta and it's just going to get better. And I have different newsletters that I get on a daily basis that'll give me tips. There's a guy whose Facebook I follow, and man, he gives prompts that are on fire of what to do, how to create your prompts, the formula for a prompt. Ask me those kinds of questions below because I'm not giving them all away. You got to ask me some stuff. We need to be connected. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I did that with those two things so that I could be more efficient because efficiency, time blocking is important. For me today, one of the most important things I do every day is I write down three of the most important things that I need to accomplish in a day. Why? Because if I don't, if I just willy nilly it and keep getting busy, because you can get real busy, can't you? Well, then I didn't accomplish things I really needed to get done. I've already checked off two of mine, and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm pretty excited about that. So do that every day. These are little tips. Your branding. Boy, you've got to be visible or you will be invisible in the market whether you like it or not. Man, I got a filter on here right now. It's on Zoom. I friggin' love it because I got a lot of wrinkles. I don't want you to see them all. It's really, I don't want to see them. You can see them, but I don't want to see them. So put the filter on for me. I really want to go over to Riverland when I do these recordings because it's a much better platform than Zoom. But guess what they don't have yet? The filter. Dang it. So I'm going to be a little fuzzy in the interim. So just bear with it, okay? So anyway, making sure that you're visible. How do you do that? Man, there's so many tools that are AI tools that will help you. Now I have help. I have a Simple Tube who does videos like this for me. They'll edit them, they'll take out all my little hiccups that are in here. They'll add little B-roll to it and make it more inviting. They'll end my end cap to the video so that when we put it on YouTube, it automatically goes to another video, or at least you have a choice to, and they'll do the SEO, things like that. If you're not in a position to afford to do that, then invest back into your business. Make that one of your budgeting plans where you invest back into you and your business. And that means you can't do it all. You just can't. So be sure and get some help. Simple Tube is wonderful. They're reasonably priced. They put me everywhere. I still do more because I'm a maniac like that. And I do a podcast. Podcasts are not for the faint of heart because just like these videos, you have to be committed. This is where the time blocking comes in. Every Wednesday, I'm done. I don't meet with clients. I just let them know I am booked on Wednesdays. Maybe I might meet with them at night, but I'm not going to meet with them during the day. In the morning, I'm committed to my BNI, which is a networking group, which is how I get a lot of business and have great associates that I can refer to who trust me. They will refer to me. I can refer to them. So I have an army. I have a team of people that I count on to do business with. And that's what you need in your business. If you're out there like, okay, man, who do I use for inspections or who do I use for a survey or stuff like that? No, you got to have a team. Now, do I still need help? Yes. And I'm going to tell you about a gal. Her name is Cynthia Team. And I'm going to tag you in here, Cynthia, because I think you're a hero for the whole area because she's got a Facebook group called Lake Norman Realtors. And only realtors are allowed in it. And she monitors it. I like that about her. She even monitors the post. So it's previewed before she approves it. And I'm sure a ton of people come in there because there's over 5,000 agents that are signed up within that group. And this past week, I needed things. I had a client who was looking for a unique property and it's not in the MLS. It's even hard to search in the MLS for what he wanted. So whenever I do a post, I believe in pictures with a post. And that's a little tip. So whenever you're doing any kind of a post that you put out there, whether you're doing just content, make sure you got a picture or a video because people are bored and they want to see some action, right? So I went to Google and I said, I need a picture of a needle in a haystack, and they had millions of them. So I picked the one I liked most and I put that on there and I said, guys, to all my realtor friends in this particular Facebook group, so I had a needle in a haystack kind of description, which I put in there, and I put it out there with my picture. And she reviews it at night. She must do this all at night because it doesn't show up usually till the next day. Next day, I probably had 8 different houses of that agents had that they knew might fit this category or hoped that they would. Well, that's great. Now, how do I look like to my buyer? Well, I look like a hero because I had just told him, I said, this is a hard one to find on the MLS because of its criteria, its location, all the different components. But I said, my fellow realtors will help me. And fortunately, this is a collaboration tool on steroids. because another friend of mine, they needed a person who did windows that they could trust, replace them out. And so I went in there for her, and I said, I need help. And I found a picture on Google because I always need my pictures to fill in the story. So that's where you collaborate with your agents too. That's important, to be collaborating. Have your whole system set up so that you're trying to be efficient with your daily routine, right? Time blocking is very important. So for me, again, Wednesdays, that's my recording day. I do the podcast. I getting back to that right now. So the podcasts are really marvelous because for me, what's my podcast about? I am interviewing different realtors all around the country and even the globe because I want to know their tips of successes. These are successful realtors, and I want to share those tips with my audience, and my audience is other realtors. Why? Because I am with eXp Realty. I am looking to find the business builders who want to level up, who want the tools that eXp offers, who want to go global, at least to be able to have the opportunity to go global. And that's who I'm looking for. So why do I do that? I do those podcasts in hopes I find you. And so you may say, Kath, I like what you're talking about. Let's do a business strategy call and let's talk about how you can help me. And I would love to. So those are important key points that you got to do for 2025. You got to be a business, you got to be branding, you got to be time blocking, you got to be seen, and videos do this. And if you're going to do it, let me tell you this. If you're going to start the video program, whether it's a video where you're just doing a little helpful video like this, or you're doing a podcast, you have to be committed. Nothing in this business works unless you're committed. So let me tell you, for you, if you're not looking to recruit agents like I am, then you want to do it for your buyers and sellers. Everything needs to be relevant in the current time. And I just did a video to show realtors how to interview other vendors, other small businesses, because that is one way to be visible. So here's some ideas for some content, right? So I interviewed her. She's a personal assistant. And so I know her through my BNI networking. I said, let me do a video on you where I interview you, and so that the area knows how they could help. Small business owners are going to friggin' love you when they want to go on vacation, or somebody just quit, or somebody's sick, different reasons. I had one of the agents within our BNI group. It was her turn to do the 10-minute presentation. She couldn't figure out how to do the slides, didn't want to spend the time on it. She said, Katie, will you do it all for me? Here's my whole story. Katie put the whole thing together, boom, charged her a fee. I don't know what it was. But the point was, Andy, who hired her, loved it because it was ideal. So if you do things like this for your vendors, there's a couple of points here. When you do stuff like that, you think they love you? They do. And are they going to refer you business? Probably. And did you just market them to other people? Yes. So don't be doing it to franchise things like Starbucks and stuff. No, you want to go to your small business owners around town, to people who might want a home warranty, the banker's a good one, your mortgage guy, the HOAs, go in, new construction. Find a niche. That's another piece here. Find your niche of what you want to be. Be a specialist. Pay attention to what are the Google keywords. I forget how you go in there and find Google keywords where you find they're important. Go on ChatGPT and find out yourself, because that's what I do. I don't go around trying to figure stuff out anymore. I go right to ChatGPT. I say, tell me exactly how to do this. Act like I'm a fifth grader and then you need to explain it to me on that level. You can put them in the folders, and it's awesome because you can go back and see where your chats are. This is powerful. You want your business plan, you want your vision board, you want your 3 most important things to do every day, your time management, your visibility, decide if you're going to do the video or not. And if you're not, I'm going to tell you something. The ones that do are the ones that are going to get more business, unless you're so friggin' popular everywhere you go that you get that little group. But remember, it's a lean market, and it's going to stay probably lean. Maybe not as bad as it was last year, but it's still going to be leaner. The only advantage you've got is the fact that so many agents did leave the market. But the truth is, You really need to be visible and you got to get over it. Imagine me. I'm 74. That's why that filter on here is so important to me. Anyway, so I wish you the best. And if you do want to talk to me about EXP, man, schedule a business strategy call. Or if you just want to talk to me about business and maybe you don't want to come to EXP, that's okay because I am not looking to pressure anybody into it. I want the ones that are looking for me. I hope that's you. Be sure to ask me questions in here. I love the questions. That also makes it go up in the ratings. I get more views because you ask me questions. So come on. So if you like this, please subscribe. Well, stay tuned for the next one. And I look forward to seeing you here again.